Hello, everyone. I just recorded a 11-minute video about politics in the presidential election, and I'm not going to upload it because it's super boring, and I know none of you care. So what I'm instead going to talk about is how much I wish I didn't care about politics. Probably up until '08, because I voted in '04. I'm tired. I voted in 2004. And I'm not going to tell you who I voted for, because I don't remember who ran against Bush, so I can't lie and say I voted for them. But I voted in 2004 for George W. Bush Jr., and I remember my thinking being, this idiot got us into this whole war crap. I'm going to say I'm going off on politics again. I don't care about politics. That's not the point of this video. The point is, in '04, I really didn't know that much about politics. When I voted, it was basically just like, that guy. That was it. By the time '08 rolled around, I kind of started to care. I was like, okay, I'll kind of look at what they're into. Maybe I'll watch one of the debates, and then I'll figure it out. But I waited until, October, right before the election, even though the popular vote doesn't matter. But I picked out who I wanted to vote for in '08, and I went and voted. Great. 2012, voted again. Basically did the same way. Around October, I was like, okay, I'll watch one of these last debates, and then I'll go vote. This year was totally different. Like, well before the election. The election's in November. In September of 2015, I started following election stuff. I started watching rallies and the first debates on both sides, the Republican and the Democrat, trying to watch everybody to see, who I lined up with. Because I don't like the idea of straight party voting, even though they often line up the same way, but over a long period of time, they don't. Like, current Republicans don't line up at all with what Republicans were 50 years ago. Same with Democrats. They have different ideas and values. And that'll probably always change. But I've been watching the debates, and I watch the commentary after debates, and I watch town hall meetings, and I went to a town hall meeting here in my city, and I read all these articles, and I read on the different candidates' websites about different things that they're, different policies that they're trying to go for, and it hit me while making this other video. I miss not caring about politics. I kind of hate that I care so much about politics. Life was so much easier when I didn't care. When none of this stressed me out. When I saw a post on Facebook and I thought to myself, they think differently than me. I have to tell them how I feel so that they'll know how differently we think. And then it always turns into a fight. You never go up to somebody and go, hey, who are you voting for? Ever. Don't do that. That's a terrible idea. I've done that several times. One time at a bar, my friend was joking around, and he was like, how do you talk to girls at a bar? I've never been able to do that. And then my friend goes like this and walked over to a table with two girls. And then he turns to me and he says, how did he do that? So I go like this, and I walked over there and started talking to the other girl. First question that girl asked me, did you vote for Obama once or twice? And I go, how do you know it was once or twice? And she said, well, you're white, so you had to vote for him the first time so that your friends wouldn't think you were racist. And the second time, you either voted for him because you're crazy or because you're stupid. And I was like, I voted for him both times. And she was like, well, we're not going to get along. And I was like, good thing I don't plan on seeing you again after tonight. And she was like, that's a good point. And we hung out till the bar closed, and that was it. We had a lot of interesting conversations about music. But I just miss not caring. Because now I see posts, I see people sharing stuff, I see the memes of like Hillary versus Bernie, and I see. Here's the thing. If you told me to name every candidate from 2012, I would say Mitt Romney, Paul. I don't know if Paul Ryan ran for president. He was Mitt Romney's running mate. And then Obama, obviously. That's it. This time, I know more Republicans than Democrats just because there are more. But, Bernie, Hillary, Trump, Cruz, Kasich, Rand Paul, Chris Christie, Jeb, O'Malley, Rubio, Carson. And I've paid attention to all the things that these people have done. And on one hand, I feel like I'm a more informed person. Going into the primaries, going into the debates, going into the election in November, I feel like when I vote for someone, I'll know what I'm voting for. Even though I live in Texas and the vote's going to go to whoever the Republican is anyway. But I miss just not knowing much. I knew a couple of names. I knew one wanted better health care. I knew the other one had been recorded talking about poor people. Went in, voted for the guy that wanted better health care, walked out, felt like I'd made a difference. Now that I know how the primaries work in the election, I'm like, okay, I'm a Democrat, so my vote at the primary is the only one that actually mattered. And then in November, I'm going to vote, but the popular vote doesn't matter. And the Electoral College is going to vote for everything. And if we get this person, then Congress isn't going to let them do anything. And if we get this person, then Congress won't let them do anything either. I hate that I know. There was was it Futurama? I think it was Futurama, where Fry got really, really smart. And he hated it. Not that I'm super smart, but I kind of wish I could go back to not knowing anything about politics. But I probably can't go back to that. But I don't know. I just thought that was an odd thought to have. I've been told I drink bottles weird. Because most people, I guess, drink like this. See that? Like this. But I drink like this. Put my whole mouth over the opening of the bottle. Is that weird? Did I weird you out just now? Closing thoughts. Thank you for everybody that subscribed recently. Because there was that Ouya post-mortem type compilation video of people talking about it and how it was doomed from the start and it went downhill from there. And Taco Bell recently added my Quesalupa review video to their Quesalupa playlist, which consists of 11 videos. That's it. There's 11 videos they chose to be in this Quesalupa review list. And I'm on there. Kinda Funny is on there when Tim and Nick reviewed it. Rubber Ross from Game Grumps, he's on there. Dame Drops, he reviewed it. And then I'm on there. It's very weird. So, go check out my Quesalupa review if you haven't seen that already. I just burped, so I muted the microphone. I don't remember if I did that in this video already or if I did that in the last video. Anyway, I'm going to stop this before it gets to 10 minutes. I'll thank you guys for sticking around while I'm going to school and don't have time to do anything. And I will see y'all in whatever the next thing is.